Good morning. I'm going to be shocked if this is working, but we're going to go with it. I'll be very happy if this is working. The reason I call this FPS take 1,847 is because I've been trying to do this for like 9 days. And I can't get it square. So there's a lot of anything to do here. See if it'll work. Oh, you're looking at that over there. What I have to do is screen share, don't I? And then boom, it'll do that. We might have to go in the live control room. It says I'm lower. 2,500. Do I change it then? Stuff. It's saying my bit rate is lower than the recommended. Okay, so then where do I change it? Looks good to me. Uh, Getting beat up by this for sure. I don't even know where it went. Oh well. We'll just do whatever then, huh? Care? I don't care. I don't even know if there's anybody listening. Do this. Nobody knows. Hurricane Harvey got many days of rain in just a few hours. Trump asked Sessions about closing case against Arpaio and Ali since birtherism. Obama was legitimately not an American. So ever since he was elected, we haven't had an American in the White House. But, I don't really know what to say about that. He's just a corporate office. It's like being hired to be a human resources manager at Coca-Cola Company. He's just a corporate officer, so he doesn't have to be an American. It just means that he wasn't our president. Doesn't matter. The whole bit is that office and our government's been hijacked, and they just did it kind of slowly, legally speaking, with these legalistic terms and the media being complicit to be so. Protesters turn out in San Francisco despite canceled rally. Third Reich. San Francisco dog owners lay minefield of poo for right-wing rally. That's not bad. That's not bad. But they're going to get the left. The left is going to be very, very violent. The left is going to be the one that burns America. On an attack. German woman dies in hospital. Why is there somebody? Is this the attacker's family? Who's crying over the victims of the jihad? Jihadist that's crying because there weren't enough deaths? I don't know why they have a jihadist on the screen. A German woman died during the jihad. Anyways. I'm just doing this live. I get exposed to the same rate. And they love to make this as absolutely as slow as possible. You can't even scroll down on the page. Can chemicals and yoga mats make women infertile? Yes. You shouldn't have chemicals anywhere. You shouldn't even have a perfume or a dye in any of your cleaning products, let alone chemicals in things that you sweat on and absorb and lay around in. You should have 0% chemicals anywhere at any time. Can chemicals in yoga mats make women infertile? Yeah, and it can feminize men, and it can make men sterile. We're talking about long term. It's everywhere. These things are everywhere. Having a best friend in your teenage years could benefit you for life. Stretch, but they're trying to get you to accept not only psychology as real, but the pills and the psychiatrics and psychiatric medications. But what they really want you to believe is act like a teenager. They want you to believe that you're still in high school. They want you to believe that the people at your job think like an eighth grader, so that you think like an eighth grader and treat them like an eighth grader and act like an eighth grader. Or anything out. Spraying sunscreen on your eyes to watch the eclipse. Dude, there are sun gazers out there. People who literally stare at the sun. And if I told you that it improved my eyesight, would you believe me? Well, pair the sunlight to your eyeball. It's a match. I doubt that the sun was designed to cause us cancer or pain. Now, obviously, staring at the sun right when it's right above your head is probably going to be painful. But as it sets, especially behind clouds or behind the eclipse, behind your eyelashes, you can do a little squint and gaze on the sun, and it's good for your eyes. I had really poor health. It included blurry vision for years. My eyesight was going bad. All my senses were going bad. And then when I turned it around, and one of the things I decided to step up and try doing was sun gazing to see if my vision would come back, because I used to have 20/20 perfect vision. And then I didn't. I could hardly read or see at that point. And I started sun gazing, and my vision's better than ever. And I'm like 40. I don't sun gaze anymore. It was like a season, But staring at the eclipse, I never thought of it. I never thought of why they would make such a big deal about us not looking up at the eclipse. It's because we live on a flat Earth. Or there's a third body in the sky, and nobody's going to be able to figure out how we live on a globe looking at an eclipse. It comes from above. The shadow comes from above. It makes no sense. None of it makes any sense if you think we live on a spinning globe. So that's why you can't look at it. Inflammatory. Cardiovascular disease. At long last, inflammatory hypothesis confirmed by CVD. Okay, so inflammation means your immune system, an immune response. In general, even if it's healthy and balanced, it's inflammation. Inflammation is just the term we give to the immune system response inside the body. The cells and the precursors, everything that's happening on site that might create some swelling or some redness, that's the immune system. And so if you have an overreactive immune system, you're going to have a lot of inflammation. And vice versa. If your immune system doesn't jump up and respond, it's not going to beat back the diseases and kill the cancers and the viruses, and you're going to lose out. About 100% of disease opens up and closes at the immune system. So if you have inflammation, it's because you have an overreactive immune system or a problem that your immune system can't beat. And eventually your immune system is going to get tired and shut down. And then you'll have an underreactive immune system. And then you'll be sick all the time and not feeling well. CBD, the component in cannabis that is non-psychoactive, it's non-psychoactive because there are no receptors for it in the brain, or what you might call the mind. But there are CBD receptors, just like immune receptors, on every cell of the body otherwise. Your immune system regulates your whole organism. So inflammation, of course, is what's going to cause disease, including heart attacks and stroke and everything else. You have to take care of your immune system. You have to pet it and feed it and water it and rest it. You have to baby it. You have to raise it up strong. You have to coach it. You have to believe in it. It has to be labile and reactive, but not too reactive. It has to be flexible and elastic. It has to get up early and go to bed on time. Ooh, gravitational wave sighting. Yeah, right. Diamonds. They just want you to think there's wealth in the sky. One nation under the sun. We used to be one nation under God. Worshippers, like the Babylonian Egypt religion. Mystery Babylon. That's what the Bible calls America, because we're spreading this religion without knowing it. And it's a sun worshiping religion. One nation under the sun. When we should be under Jesus, as we were written in our laws. The perfect law of liberty is our law. That's why I'm a free man in America, and that's why we're the only country like it. We're the last one, and you guys are trying to kill us. Don't want no freedom on earth. I won't be here. I'm going to get raptured. I'm going to get raptured before the tribulation comes. Facebook and Instagram experience outages Saturday. Bad news. They start shutting down ATMs and banks. They're recycling. They're rebooting. They're getting things lined up for the new world order. Phones are a big fight right now because they're going to be the mark of the beast, the virtual reality platform jack in. Like, I have a nephew that I wasn't allowed to play video games when I was a kid. He was. Everyone else is. You can just play video games like normal. But in my generation, you couldn't play video games. It was a taboo. Well, when you're raised on them, you're 25 years old playing zombies all day long, and your friends are the people you talk to through the screen. Like, you're hearing my voice now. My nephew plays video games, hears people's voices, and those are his friends. Well, there's nothing he wants to do more than jack in and walk around with them and hang out. And there's nothing stopping him. he will jack in, and the phone is there's all these battles for who's coming out with the latest phone. I know it seems like we've always been doing that, but they're ramping it up because that double camera creates a virtual reality platform that everybody wants. Wants is a 200 to 300-mile range enough for Tesla to break into electric trucking? This makes me sick to my stomach. If I ever got Elon Musk on a stage with a microphone, I would take his whole company down. It's absolute lies. We have the ability to do this 30 years ago to make trucks and everything else. We can make floating trucks that run on magnetism and require no heat, no electricity, no coal, nothing, for free. We've been able to do that for 50 years. Well, actually, we've been able to do that since the pyramids were built, which is probably about 3,000 years ago, if not 5,000 years ago. The entirety of our reality is designed to kill us. The wires, look up. Why do we have wires stretching over the entire country? We can't figure out anything. We just wire cables. And now that we have cables all over our heads and all under our feet, we still can't get wireless internet. We can't get a satellite sending us a wireless feed of the Earth from space on my phone. What is the point of having the phone if we're going to have all these wires still? So they get you caught in between, yeah, the world's trying to catch up with technology, but there's third world countries over there and they can't do nothing. It's all a big joke, just like this. They'll just keep every day. They'll talk about how Tesla's on the brink of changing reality forever, and he's never going to do it. And he's never going to take us to space either. Since 1972. And then Tesla's going to show up and put a guy on a rocket he built in his backyard. Yeah, right, guy. Nobody's going to space. Washington State halts salmon farm fish escape. Oh, fish aren't allowed to escape into the water now? We don't even have salmon in California anymore. They're all farmed, which means that the real ones are all dead, and we have to cater a population that will die without us. I have not eaten salmon since Fukushima. People don't even fish anymore. How Whole Foods lower prices will affect you. That's unfortunate because Whole Foods lower prices are going to come with state, federal, organic labels, GMOs. They're selling out. And when they sell out, they're going to team up with Google, and then it's going to be a war between Amazon and Google. Or excuse me, when Whole Foods sells out, they're going to team up with Amazon. And so Amazon's going to be delivering with drones all of our food, which is going to be from Whole Foods, quote unquote, which used to be the standard for no GMOs, no pesticides, but that's all gone. Google is teaming up with Walmart, and it looks like they're going to be servicing the poor people who they eat. Walmart and Whole Foods are going to be serving the same food in a minute. That's why this is bad news. And it makes it so that you don't need a car, which is fine, but I mean to say that you don't need to get on the road anymore. So everyone's going to now be isolated in their house. So as these tragedies and cataclysms strike the earth, you're going to be getting your Tang delivered by a drone from Amazon, and you're not going to care, which is sad. That's what they're catering. They're creating a world where you can't even care that it's ending. You should be happy that it's ending. The Lord's team is coming. The Lord's house, the Lord's world, the Lord's city. We have a city made of gold, purified gold that it's transparent like glass. When God builds something, he builds it right. Southern California firefighters have headed to Texas. I'm pretty sure that we need our firefighters. Time and everything's burning. Do not get into your attic to escape flood. Go to roof. That's good advice. actually. You should go to higher ground today. I had a dream about a flood 2 years ago. I'm pretty sure that water is going to come through here. What will black holes do at the end of the universe? You mean when comes and Jesus shows up? Well, all those no one cares about black holes. They don't exist. 6-year-old's field trip to gun range. Range at 6 years old. Keeping you from being slaughtered is that America has a militia. And there's people just stupid enough to come defend you from the government, even if you'll just lay there, firing bullets at the people trying to enslave you. 6 years old gun ranges. Remember, America was built on defending freedom. We left our parents' house and we fought them off. So all that blood and all those bullets are following us, and we're never going to give them up. We're the only country like it because we stuck our heel in the ground and we pointed weapons back. And then we kept the weapons and we kept the militia and we kept our eye on you. And people are sneaking in. All of a sudden, we hate the militia. We hate free men. We want a big state in charge of every aspect of our lives. Because guns are scary, and they are. But I don't know if you know this, but the government's trying to get you convinced that we live in a possibility of a utopia. And the Bible tells us that we're living in a certainty of hell on earth. Nothing but chaos in the government, in the state. You better believe the United States federal government that's run by a bank offshore doesn't care about Americans holding on to their wealth and land. They want to steal it and sell it to China. And then take their money and live in Barbados. They don't want to live in Indiana. It looks like maybe it could be about it today. Let's see some health. I don't even know if I'm on live right now. I'm not recording this on my own. Does talcum powder cause ovarian cancer? We're taking down everything, man. I'm sure it does cause ovarian cancer. It's very, very fine. Anytime you take something out of the body, it's physical. So it's like putting very, very fine gravel inside your body. I use baby powder. I just don't breathe it in. It's very hard not to breathe it in. A very important thing now happens when you Google depression. You think you get depression. That's what happens. Ooh. Hunter-gatherers of Tanzania experience seasonal variation in gut microbe diversity. So you have a microbiome in your gut. The gut microbiome. It has to be balanced. You have more bacteria cells in your gut than you have human body cells in your body. And those bacteria come from things like raw milk and cheese and all the food you eat is supposed to have bacteria on it. It's part of the food. It helps digest it. Gives you nutrients, rests your body. Your body doesn't work as hard to digest the food. So your pancreas is healthy instead of having pancreatic insufficiency. The gut microbes eat your food. They're your symbiotic organisms. And they've been lying to us forever, telling us that antibacterials and antibiotics are the only way to survive. Now we're screwed. Everything's out of whack. Trying to sterilize our guts. You can't live with a sterile gut. Literally. B6 and B12 supplements appear to cause cancer in men. Probably because we're not supposed to be taking supplements, so they do something funny in the supplement. B6 and B12, you get that from red meat, blueberries and stuff. Washington's rate of HPV vaccinations rising. Do not get that. Don't get any vaccination. You really think that you can't survive without a syringe inserting cures and solutions into your body? Then you probably can't. The body's made to survive. It doesn't need a syringe inserting solutions into it. It has them from inside. So if somebody's trying to insert a solution, what they're doing is inserting the problem. Don't take vaccinations. They're killing us. Cannabis Legal Solutions caters to Pennsylvania's new medical marijuana industry. Yeah, it's too big of a topic. Way too big of a topic. You should ingest cannabis, like a plant. Don't get the pharmaceutical industry cannabis. Get the plant. There's only two components to the plant: THC and CBD. They mostly come together. Should get a ratio of 4-to-1, cannabis to or CBD to THC, 4-to-1. And there you go. Remember, there's CBD receptors in every cell, every receptor, every organ in your body has CBD receptors, which are your immune system. Your immune system modulator is CBD. And you have none in your body. Zero. What if I told you had a receptor on every cell of your body and you had zero of that stuff in your body? You'd be like, should I have some? Why is it in my body? Why do I have a receptor for it if I don't have it? Where do I get it? Oh, you get it from a plant. Okay, where's that plant? It's illegal. And the United States government has spent 60 years walking the countryside like they're looking for an infant, hand in hand, eradicating the weed that they can't kill, that's never killed a man. And in there is CBD, and it reacts on every organ of your body with the immune system. Yeah, you'd stuff it in your face. And you'd look at your government and tell them what they're doing is criminal. And it is. And don't forget, THC, it deals with your mind. It helps you process and cure the intangibles of your life. That's why people smoke so much weed. What they do neglect is the CBD for their daily health. It's a non-psychoactive. CBD does not have a receptor in the mind. You can take it all day and never feel a thing, but a levitating euphoric float of pain-freeness, disease-freeness comes with CBD. And it comes out of the dirt, out of the plant that the United States government's been trying to kill, and it can't because it's a weed. Measles outbreak. Oh, what if I told you that man-made viruses and man-made cancer? Would you believe me? So all this stuff about viruses coming. Well, the plagues are coming. It's the end of the world. I don't know if you guys know this, but in the Bible it describes nothing but fire and plagues. So that's being set up. And they're trying to get you to accept all these plagues as being, I don't know, a part of evolution or from space, so that you just lay there and let it wash over you, opposed to repenting to God and being saved. Arsenic laced groundwater? How are we getting arsenic in the groundwater? An accidental byproduct of manufacturing, people. Drones will fly HIV drugs and vaccines across Tanzania. No one's ever died of HIV. They've only ever died of the medications. Antiretroviral medications are like Clorox, like drinking Clorox, literally. Literally. Clorox. It denatures all of your cells from the inside out. Because there's no other way to attack what a virus is. The viral capsid doesn't respond to the same medications of other antibacterial agents. We have to have something that literally denatures life. It's like drinking Clorox. That's why I say they're man-made viruses. If you look at them, they look like little alien machines with legs. They don't look like the rest of life. Life doesn't attack life. Muscle endurance. Well, to Google, tell me which ones are which in the gender area. Is that a guy? That's a guy wig, right? Women have more muscle endurance than men. Yeah, he might have more muscle endurance than if that's a girl, that's a dude. You see that? Very unfortunate. I think that's going to be it. I'm going to get out of here before somebody sues me off the air. And praise Jesus Christ. Maranatha.